This is how I like to feel.
Yeah. Are you drinking orange juice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, basically,
OJ.
we were always taught about
You know,
Ronnie.
Robin, how dare you?
Ronnie, just a little better, probably. Just a little better.
You see Robin's comment?
Oh, gee. I'm not saying that.
Whatever.
Well,
I will not deny nor confirm.
I don't get paid
response.
from Coors Light, so I'm not showing nothing, all right? Other than the shirt I'm wearing. But anyway, but yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead. And you're gonna have to go based on that because
Robin, I will not.
I always, you know, my goal was always to have this stuff over, and I realized act like a 5-year-old to get there. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how else to put it, but so we think like that would be PFP.
Although I do call him Peter Pan because he doesn't want to grow up.
Well, apparently Peter Pan's 21. He's allowed to play too.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But we kind of knew what our demographic was, is the best way to put it. We kind of knew that you had to accentuate things in order to basically sell that product, if you will.
Right.
And that makes sense. And so I won't mention certain names or anybody, because I love all the guys out there that do these YouTube videos. I watch every one of them. I really do, and she knows that I do. So look in the morning. I've already watched Pirate. I always watch.
Robin,
Pirate.
I didn't get a. Read your Facebook message. I didn't get a Facebook message.
Huh? Unless you had to refresh it.
I did.
So anyway, yeah, she waits in the morning, and I'm already watching Pirate. I'm already watching what the heck? I didn't do it on purpose.
You
Call the police.
call the police.
I've already watched Pirate. I usually will wait for Lockerness to come out, and then at that point, I usually will watch Love Grimes. Love Grimes a lot. I do.
Yep.
I usually watch Grimes at 5 to 6, depending on what it is. And I try to avoid putting our videos on at that time. But life's so
We try
hectic.
so hard, guys.
But life's just so hectic. You know? So.
I can't.
Would you just look at it?
Robin, you're driving me crazy. I can't see anything.
I'm just playing with you.
I think she is.
Yeah.
This was not my fault. There's nothing there.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, without, you know, I know that I know, you know, kind of what sells, but unfortunately I don't follow my own no, it's on the Lauren Brandon Facebook, the original source.
There's nothing there. Keep talking.
Okay. Anyway.
Keep talking.
So yeah, okay. So
Robin, I'm not seeing it. Send it to my personal. There's a link to my personal. I'm not seeing it here at all. I don't know why.
Wow. All right, Thomas. I was not trying to knock her out. I would have covered this cam up like this. No, okay.
How do you say this?
I make a joke out of everything with his wife. She kind of. The problem is that I have high humor and everything. I just joke about everything. I never really take anything seriously. That's the way I've always been my whole life. You know, the way I've lived my whole life. So
that is super hilarious, Robin. That is super hilarious. I love it.
Not the reaction
so
I wanted.
You know, for me, I just kind of find humor in everything.
Okay, to be honest with you, I'm from Boston, and I have a big mouth. Okay, I have a really big mouth.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
And sometimes it's really, really hard for me to keep it quiet. So Brandon constantly is telling me, "We're in Vegas, it's no Carey State. You need to shut your mouth, or else I'd be your sillies too."
Well, no, I almost said today we got cut off. No, we got cut off with the trailer on the back of a car today, and I got really angry, and I wasn't feeling too well today. I don't know why, but whatever. My tooth's been hurting me and everything, and I gotta get it pulled and all that. I don't like dentists, whatever.
Yes,
But yeah, and I gotta get it pulled. I just realized that the inevitably is, you know, it's one thing I have to get it pulled just for that. Because I broke it the other day chewing a lollipop, like I said, and it basically caused a vertical. Shut up! Oh, what are you talking about? Jeez, you laughing at my tooth? No. So I think you left my tooth. So I cracked it vertically, and I got to go get it pulled now. And I don't like Novocaine or Lidocaine, whatever it is, but I don't.
So
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So she knew I wasn't feeling too well, whatever, and so I just what's going with this?
Yay.
You're amazing, Rob.
You're amazing, Robin. That was great.
Oh
That
my
was so
gosh.
awesome. That was super hilarious.
Your mic is muted, Robin.
I don't have much of a voice anyway, but yeah.
It gets you so excited, like to watch it, like the music, all of it, the flashes,
Right?
the pictures. Yeah, it's really, really awesome. You did a phenomenal job on that. You always do, though. You always do.
Thank you.
It's great.
It is. I love the little Peter Pan. That was my favorite part.
So funny. I know, right?
Right over his head.
You know, Laura, you and I have so much in common because I always say that to my husband. I always say, "You, are you ever going to grow up? Are you ever going to grow up?" He doesn't want to grow up. He never wants to grow up. He just wants to be, him.
Yeah. Forever.
The way he thinks
Forever a teenager.
I'm kind of the same way.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you've matured beyond 11, right? Like my husband's the same way he has been since
In
I met
some
him.
aspects, yes.
Years old.
Hey, Grimes Fines. That was a weird looking dude with that gun. Yeah, I would have to admit.
So should we say hello to some guests?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we've got Tom Curry in. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And we have Simply Dana. Hello, Dana. Thank you for coming. Mama G is here. And Lucinda and Douglas and Jennifer Hayes and June.
My dog's going crazy. Once again.
And June, thank you for being here. Douglas, Jennifer Hayes, hello, sweetheart. Susan's in the house, and Mama G, Hot Mess Thrifter, and Erin. Got a nice crowd, Darlene. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not missing anybody.
Yeah, Joyce and Terry.
And Day.
And Larry and Bob.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming. You guys are awesome.
So many I'm trying to go through still, see if we missed anybody.
Yeah, I'm just going
Betty.
down the list. Dennis Dew.
Danny May.
Steph's Universe. Oh, I haven't gotten to. There's Danny May. Hi, Danny May. And
Mary
Bobby.
Deathly Deals.
Hey, Deals. Betty Webb. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Awesome. I'm sorry. Oh, and there's Grimes. Hey, Grimes.
There he is.
Yep, there he is. Welcome. That was my nickname in high school, Peter Pan. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, don't fall for it.
Don't fall for that. Don't.
That's kind of his thing.
Because, like I said, somebody who said that about Grimes Fines the other day, they said, what was his nickname? Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
And of course I didn't fall for it, but I said from here on in, to me, he's always going to be Tickle Me Elmo. That's it. That's his name from here on in.
Grimes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I just sold a huge lot of Tickle Me Elmos last night. Actually, I did not. They weren't just Elmos, Tickle Me Elmos. They were like all kinds of Elmos. That one that was talking was awesome, wasn't it? That talking Elmo. He was like talking up a storm and telling stories and everything else. It was an awesome lot.
Yeah, we sold 3 of them on our last. Oh no, the sale before.
Yeah.
No, Grimes, that was not your nickname. I'm not falling for that. I know better. Stop playing games. Pew pew.
Hey, Joy Monken, thank you for joining. Hello, sweetheart.
Joy.
Hey, beautiful. So I said to Laurie before we started the show, I'm like, Laurie, so what's going on? What did you do today? And she's like, my day's not even close to being done. And I so get that. Like, I so get it. See, here it's 6:11. Oh, it's 6:11. Hello, Denali. 6:11 on the 11s, always on the 11s. And she said that she was not even close to being done, still had to empty a storage unit, had to go meet somebody who was buying a piece of furniture. And I can so relate to that because that's my life, like constantly. Like I always try to like in the morning. Like I don't make lists, but I try in the morning to think, okay, I know I want to do this, and this. And I try to at least accomplish like 2 of those things.
That sounds like me. I have it like, okay, so I don't sleep. So I have all of this in my head and I literally go through the next day while I'm laying there. Brandon's passed out cold. He's done for the night. And I'm sitting there, okay, we got to do this, and this. And I run down the whole list and I'm like, I'm going to be so organized tomorrow. I'm going to get everything done on my list. Never. It never happens. So we literally pick the 2 most important things and do those.
Right?
It's just, there's not enough hours in the day.
There's not enough hours in the day. There's not. There's just not when you're doing this business. It's just crazy. I run from the moment. I mean, well, I'm doing like 5 auctions a week now, like 4 or 5, with my pop-ups. So, and I sell 25 to 30 items every auction.
Right.
So you do the math on that, shipping and billing and shipping all that out, and then buying. I bought 5 storage units last week, but I got 7.
Right.
So I know. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah, 2 of them were big. So that was a ton of work. And then, they always say you've got to feed the monster. So you've got to do YouTube videos on top of emptying the storage unit and, sorting through the stuff and deciding what's going to the dump. Like Laurie, you just said you spent 2 hours at the dump.
Yeah, literally the line. So the way our dump is set up, you have to, go with the guard gate, come through, and then go through a building. Now, once that building gets full, they literally have to make everybody wait. They come in with a big truck and they plow it all to the side. So the line today was down by the guard gate, all the way down the road, and then all the way down the other road. It literally, we sat in line for 2.5 hours just waiting to get through the dump. It was just like.
So I'm curious, what does it cost to dump, like, say, 1 ton of debris at the dump for you? Do you know how much it cost?
Nothing. Nothing. So in Vegas, if you're renting, then you have to pay, I think it's like $65 a ton. But if you own, you don't have to pay a fee.
So what do? You bring your property tax bill with you, or that's what you do? You bring your property tax bill, and do they give you like a sign that you have, like, that you can keep in the truck, or do you have to bring it with you every time?
Every time. You just give them your license, because then you're on file, and you give them your license. They look it up and make sure that it's either me or Brandon that is going through.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute, Rama. Can you just sit there for a second?
Oh, really?
Where did she go?
I don't know. She left. I do want to say congratulations to Robin. She hit 800 subscribers. We need to get her to 1,000. And we also need to get my girl T auctions for you. She needs to get to my auctioneer. We need to get her to 1,000. Robin, did you want to say something? I'm sorry. Were you like raising
covered that too for me?
Oh, okay.
I have laryngitis, you guys. So
yeah,
she's fine.
So you just sit there. So what they do for us is they give us this. They give us a cardboard number, and that number, like, we keep it in the sun visor, and it's in the system, so they know exactly how much our truck weighs before we go into the dump. With the truck, so that they don't have to like weigh us every time.
And how much does it cost you?
So 1 ton, Ricky, how much is 1 ton?
$50.
50?
Yeah.
$50 for 1 ton.
That's about what California was for us. In California, we had to pay that. But here in Vegas, it's kind of great that we don't have to, because the amount that we would be paying is ridiculous. We go to the dump probably 4 to 5 times a week.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really talk a lot about my dump runs. I've done a few videos. My dump is really awesome. I love my dump videos. I'll do dump videos, but I don't do them very often because I do get some I don't want to call it negative comments on my videos, but people will say,
Why did you throw that out? I know. And
Why-
you know,
Yeah, why are you
here's the
throwing
thing.
out that piece of furniture? It can be repurposed. You should put it on the Facebook Marketplace. Somebody would restore it. Dude, it has termites in it. Like, you know, I'm up close and personal with it.
Right.
Or, you know, it's so wobbly, it can't be repaired. Or, like, you know, when you find clothes that are like so nasty, it's like, you know, and I remember saying one time on a video, I'm like, when was the last time you went to a thrift shop and saw nasty, dirty, disgusting clothes with like ring on the collar? Like,
right.
I bought this musician's unit, and he had beautiful, expensive shirts. And I showed right on camera. I'm like, look at the ring around the collar on these shirts.
Yeah.
Like, this dude never washed his neck. Like, I don't think he ever put a face cloth to his neck. It was so disgusting. Even if I wanted to bring those to the dry cleaner and
Hey,
have
little mama stalker.
them cleaned, there's like no way. So
Yeah.
all that's going to go to the dump. It's just going to
And
go to the
To
dump.
be honest with you, there are some pieces that could be sold or repurposed or donated. But the problem here in Vegas is a lot of times they're not taking big furniture at our Goodwills.
Yeah, they don't
Because
take
they're
wall units
overwhelmed and they
anymore.
don't have that much space.
No.
Number two is, yes, I could sit here and hold on to it, but let me tell you, the table that I sold yesterday, it was the table, it was like a farm style table with 4 stools. I have literally sat on that for 2.5 months. Okay. Nobody has that much space to save everything. And I'm not going to be on a different show called Hoarders. So unfortunately, we literally have to sit there and determine, you know, is this really worth saving?
Yeah.
So the table and stools that I sold yesterday, each stool goes for $100. The table was $600.
Yeah.
I sold it for $150 for the whole set.
Ding, 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 ding. Right now, I have a beautiful cherry, like new king size bedroom set in my storage unit. I was just talking about it. I think Robin said you have it marked down too low. Was it you, Robin, that said that?
Yeah.
I have it marked $150. It's Laurie. It's the long dresser. It's
Yep.
a big, huge, it's very contemporary, very clean lines. It's not like that chunky Mediterranean style. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like really, really
Yep.
awesome knobs. It's the dresser, the big long dresser, the mirror, the nightstands. Someone said that they had better luck piecing it out, doing the headboard, the footboard, and it has the headboard, footboard, side rails. You know how much room that takes up in my
Oh yeah, I have 4 beds right now. 4 beds.
No.
And you know what? Okay, Mary Deathly Deals. See, the problem is that she just said that in my town she puts it on the sidewalk for free if it doesn't move. Unfortunately, in Vegas, we have HOA, which is the homeowners association. We cannot leave anything on our sidewalks
Don't even go there with
at
me.
all.
Like,
And
yeah.
I'm on a cul-de-sac. Nobody comes down here unless
They'll come and arrest me. They'll arrest me if I put the trash out before 4:00 in the afternoon.
it's ridiculous. They're like,
They come down with
yeah.
handcuffs. It's like the security guard in the community, he has like an emergency beacon. And if one of the palm fronds falls off one of the palm trees in our community, he's like literally sticking that emergency beacon on the golf cart and he's racing to pick up that leaf.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the way
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And our HOA isn't even as harsh as the majority here. So, you know, normally here it would be bad, but ours is a little bit more lenient. Like normally we're not even allowed to park in the driveway. You have to park in the garage.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
But our HOA allows us to park in the driveway. So we're okay with that.
I've talked about my HOA on my channel like a million times. Like we have a tree that's original to the house. These houses were built in 1980.
Black olive canopy tree.
Yeah, it's a canopy tree. It's a black olive tree. And so
I've heard this story.
Yeah, I know you have. And different times of the year it drops like kind of like a little black sap, and it ends up on the street. We have white sidewalks and we have white driveways. So the HOA told us that we needed to remove the tree because it was, I'm not kidding you. I showed the letter online during my coffee with T and Donna. It said, you must remove the offensive tree.
Are you serious?
That's the name they used. The offensive tree. Because
Wow.
because a couple of times of the year it drops a little bit of black, like it's. So I yeah, it's a long story, but I called.
There's nothing worse than offensive bushes.
It was an offensive tree, and we won. I still have my offensive tree.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I won. I called.
They're back.
I would decorate the hell out of that thing. I would say.
Well, it's huge. It's like 100 feet tall, but maybe even more. It's like the size of two two-story homes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
massive.
Oh yeah, out here the HOA is so bad. Where we lived before in Vegas, we lived across the other side of town, and my daughter's friend came over to visit. They were there probably for about maybe an hour and a half or so. We got fined because they parked on the street.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to park on the street. It was so funny. My neighbor came, he caught me on the street one day and he's like, can you tell whoever owns that car to go and park it like on the other side of the street instead of in front of my house? And I looked at him and I said, oh, my housekeeper's car, and I don't have a housekeeper. I go, my housekeeper's car, because they're so stuck up like in my neighborhood. And he was like, yeah, your housekeeper. It's like, that's just the way they are. And we've lived here 12 years. We've lived here, and every year we're like, we're selling the house and moving. We're selling the house and moving. We're done. When the kids were little, it felt like it was a sense of security because we have a 24-hour guard at the gate, like a human being, not just like a pad, like a human being. And so there was a sense of security, but now it's like, yeah, let's please, the HOA.
Yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
Robin, did you want to say anything?
Oh, I'm just talking to the chat. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
She doesn't have her voice.
Yeah. She's got no voice.
Yeah, she lost her voice.
Yeah, they were talking about that.
She knew this was going to happen if Laurie and I got on together anyways.
Yeah, because we never shut up.
Let's send us
What do you want from me?
I know, right? So, yeah. So do you guys try to upload a video like every day, Laurie?
Yeah.
Lately, we've been doing that every day. I know when we talked last time, you took a little hiatus because your father-in-law was sick, and you did take a little hiatus. But now you're like back, and you're back strong, and you're trying to. When did you start your YouTube channel? You started right around the same time I did, right?
We started last April or May.
Yeah, I think I started mine in June because we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't feeding my channel every day. I would only put up like once every 2-3 weeks. That was
right. Well, see, and here's the funny thing. So it's frustrating for us because I think the market is oversaturated, to be honest with you. I think there's so many people putting out videos, and unfortunately, we've noticed like lately our views are absolutely horrible. Don't know why, can't understand it. We do the same thing as we were doing before, but for some reason they are. So we're actually going to be going a little bit different of a direction. What are you two laughing about? What are you laughing?
I'm laughing at Connie's comment where she wrote, whose channel is this? I don't know if she's being funny, if she's being like, if she really doesn't know where she is, it's because you and I are talking and Robin's just
sitting there.
I think that's funny. Well, yeah, and you know what? I feel the way you do about people doing storage unit buying, and like I understand how you feel because you were like the pioneers of doing it. You were definitely the pioneers. Yeah. You were on the TV show. You were the pioneers of doing it. I feel that way about my auctions. like I started doing auctions and then everybody started doing auctions. Like
Right.
I really, and so that I feel like that. And I don't mind, that people, I mean, that part, I mean, it's good, it's a good way to get rid of your stuff. But just recently, so I was the only person doing bulk
Yeah,
auctions,
exactly.
bulk, like large quantities of
For
stuff.
resellers, yeah.
Resellers. And
Mhm.
then now just recently someone else is doing bulk wholesale auctions. Tiffany's in the house. Hey Tiffany. And I want to say hello to Granny Joe. She just came in too. I just wanted to say Pulgara. Thank you for coming in. But you know what? Listen, my friends are my biggest sharing team. I only have 2,400 subscribers on my
Right.
page. Laurie, I had 180 people in my chat last night for 2,400 subscribers. I had
Right.
180 people attending my auction. Granted, 75% of them were just lurkers and they didn't let themselves know that they were present, more than 75% of them.
Right.
But I think that that's really great numbers for a small, little, tiny channel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think we broke 180 there for a few minutes, and I thought that was, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
People are going to go where they want to go, and people in today's world, I always say it, they'll stream on multiple devices.
Yeah.
People have their iPads, their phones, and their computers going. And like someone wrote in the chat last night, I think during my auction, I'm watching 2 different auctions right now, or 3 different auctions right now, because so many people are doing auctions.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And so what we've decided is we're still going to do like the treasure hunting thing. But to be honest with you, for us, okay, I gotta figure out how to say this without like going crazy and off the wall. For us, I can't go through a box or 2 and put out a video on it. I can't. And unfortunately, for some reason, apparently that's what people want to see. They just want to see you go through one box and just that's that, So where we are buying, we'll maybe do 2 videos per unit, and we're buying at least 1 unit every day, at least emptying a unit every day. And if anybody knows what this is like, it's literally like moving a 4-bedroom house on a daily basis. And that's what we do literally every day.
Yeah.
So, our views have suffered so bad that, we've got to come up with something else. It's literally so exhausting to buy a unit every day, do a video on it. And, I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok, everybody.
My
TikTok.
husband loves TikTok. He's on it all the time. He
Oh,
absolutely.
I love it. I'm so addicted to it.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. He loves it too. He's constantly sending me TikTok videos. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Loves TikTok.
That's your attention span. It makes sense.
It's like 15 seconds and you're good, move on. Look, a squirrel,
I don't get it. I don't get TikTok.
It's fun, and it's good because I have my 2 girls that are on it. So, I watch their videos and whatever, and then I'm the one that's sending all the videos. Watch this, watch this, watch this. So, yeah, but anyway, so we're going to continue with, the treasure hunting. However, it's going to be a little bit different, and I don't want to go and explain what it's going to be yet.
I already know. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy to us that if we're doing like the full locker, we're keeping going, we're keeping things fast paced and moved quickly. Yet somebody could go through a box and get 30,000 views, and unfortunately, we're not hitting anything close to that. And it's nuts to me that we literally took off, a month and a half or so because of a death in our family, and then literally have nothing left on YouTube, which I can't understand how some get it and some don't. I don't know. So we're going a different direction. We'll see if, everybody likes this, still on the treasure hunt. We're still doing things like that, but we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that last night when I went on to do my auction. I felt very defeated and very deflated
Yeah.
when I went on last night. I felt very, very deflated. And then I was like looking at my numbers, and it just kept going and going and going and then going up and up. And I was like, and then someone, a friend of mine shot me a screenshot of somebody who was doing an auction at the same time that I was, that has like 40,000 subscribers, and they had like 48 people in the room, and I had 180 people in the room, and it boosted me, you know.
Yeah.
It really, really boosted me.
It
But
does. Yeah.
I am hustling up. So I'm not just selling what comes in the storage unit. I hustle every single day, man. When I tell you I am wheeling and dealing, and I buy pallet stuff, I bring new stuff, I'm constantly trying to keep it fresh and going. Like I go through different cycles, and I don't want to saturate the market, let's call it, but I feel like I do. Like I'll saturate the market, and then I'll move on to something else. Like I just bought. Well, I bought a pallet yesterday, and then I went back. I showed Robin the back of the pickup truck. I bought another pallet of stuffed animals.
Oh,
Awesome stuffed animals. I'm
Right.
talking like Disney, Sesame Street. What else, Robin? Like all top brand name, like awesome plushies.
right.
And I did a thumbnail where I laid down on the floor, and I had the plushies like all around
I
me.
saw that. That was awesome. I loved it.
And that was not photoshopped. That was me on my living room floor with all those stuffed animals.
I love it. I think it's great.
It was great. And she left again.
Left. She keeps bouncing out.
She's bouncing out. And so so today I went back and bought another pallet of all plushies.
Wow.
Yeah. So
And how long total will it take you to sell one pallet?
so last night I probably sold maybe half of it, a little bit more maybe than half of it, because I do like 10 or 11 pieces in each bundle that I do. So people were loving it. People were loving the plushies. Oh, and Robin, how many views did that video get since last night? She texted me. It's like 1,700.
1,800 and something.
How much?
1,800.
1,800 views on my auction video from last night. That's why I started when we were talking about views.
Yeah. And it's funny because we don't know, if it's just YouTube not promoting certain videos and they are promoting others. To be honest with you, I tell them all the time we're like the redheaded stepchildren of YouTube, I guess, because it's just there's no I don't know. There's certain little clicks, you know what I mean?
Oh, I totally.
If you're not in that click, and it seems like only the people in that click get the good numbers, and if you're not in that click, you don't get seen. So it's frustrating, it's beyond frustrating when you're putting the time and effort in. You're buying pallets, you're buying storage, you're doing auctions, you're doing this, you're doing that, and for some reason, you're not getting promotion by YouTube.
Yeah, and I hate to compare myself. To anybody, but like if I compare myself to you, and you are no comparison because you had a TV show. So how can I even compete against that, right? You had a TV show, but we opened up our YouTube channels within the same 30 days or so. And what are you at, 40,000?
No, 20.
Oh, you're at 20,000? Oh, I thought you were at 40.
No. Because we started around the same time. Well, no, I guess another channel, we far surpassed them, and then we took that break, and then we just dropped off the map, and then they far surpassed us now. So
yeah.
So we're
how many subscribers would you say that you gain daily, on your subscriber? How many?
Before we were gaining probably 300 to 500 a day, and now maybe I don't know. It's what now? Maybe 150 to 100. Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, Danny May. No, I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm happy if I get 20. I'm happy if I get like 20 subscribers in one day.
Right.
That's how little I grow. I'm like, oh, I got 3 subscribers today. Like hundreds, like, oh, I would be like, oh my God. But last week, the whole week combined, I got, I think, 100 subscribers, which was really cool. I take it very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I take the YouTube thing very seriously. And I think we talked about this, but when I opened my YouTube channel, I wasn't planning on doing storage units and auctions.
Right.
That's not the direction I was going.
Mm-hmm.
Going in a completely different direction. I was going kind of in the direction that Robin has us on tonight for, like have inspirational women on, and mostly grieving moms on.
Yep.
It just so happened that it just took this turn, and it could turn again. I can switch.
Right.
I can switch it anytime I want. And I did open up another channel in case I want to keep this just auctions and storage unit buying. And
Yep.
like today I visited this really great like store, and I did a YouTube video of my visit to the store. I did open another station. I did start another station. It's just called My Friends Call Me Donna. Just My Friends Call Me Donna. And it's just going to be I really kind of did it. I started the channel really for my kids.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of stories, and I have a very colorful background. Being born in another country and coming here as a little immigrant girl and being very much discriminated against when we moved to this country.
Right.
To Melrose. My dad bought a house in Melrose. Can you imagine the immigrant family moving into Melrose?
Absolutely.
Imagine how we were like welcomed into that town.
Oh yeah.
The
Or not welcomed. Yeah.
The Ginzos, the Greasers, the Guinea Wops, the names that I was called. As I remember coming home saying to my mom, "What's a Guinea Wop?"
That was my nickname in high school.
That was your nickname?
No, she's kidding.
And it was like my mom had no idea what that meant.
Right.
Or Greaser, or all those horrible Italian names from the 70s and when no immigration. Anyways, so that's kind of like, I want to start from like as far back as I can remember when we lived in Italy in a beautiful, home on the Mediterranean. And then we moved to this country, and I have this whole story that I want to tell. And I was talking to Robin about it. I think I'm going to do like just 1 hour a week, just tell my story, but I really am doing it for my kids, but I'm going to share it with the YouTube community, because I think that now that they kind of know me as Donna doing auctions and buying storage units, I think that, who knows, maybe that channel will grow better than this channel, because you said this market is saturated.
Yeah.
There's so many people doing it.
I have a clip I want to show of you being really professional and taking your job very seriously.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding?
Oh no.
Are you serious? I can just look at Laurie sitting up. Sit down, Laurie. Sit back and sit down. Oh, it's just recently. Oh, there's no volume. So $10 shipped. So this was last night. Susan's in at 15. 15. Ronnie's in at 25. Ronnie's in at 45.
Oh my god.
Why did you sing?
And including on the shipping, correct?
Wow.
So Ronnie's in at 75. Come on, Ronnie, stop it.
That's hilarious.
You're gonna get it. It's gonna be already gonna be cracked open.
I can't. Ronnie, stop. All right, stop. It's a joke. It was meant to be a joke, Susan. Stop. All right, stop. Stop. Ronnie.
You're saying stop, but you're still holding them up.
They're still bidding on it. They're still bidding on it. You guys, stop it. All right, stop. I'm not sure it's for $160. I did find a whole bunch of them in the storage unit. So if anybody's interested, wipes also, please. Okay. All right. I'll throw these in.
Is that a peach? Oh no, I thought that was a peach.
All right.
Ronnie's still going in the chat over here.
I'm gonna sweeten the deal. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't even Wipes and diapers. Wipies and diapers.
That's hilarious.
That's it. I'm gonna sweeten the deal. But next Friday night show, I will ship this for next Friday night show.
Got April 1,000.
You guys someone said in the chat, like just before that, we were talking and Robin said something or I said something, and someone said in the chat, that is so funny. I almost peed my pants, or I'm peeing my pants, or I'm gonna pee my pants. So I was like, oh wait, I have something for that. And I had it right around the corner. And I got the Depends or whatever the heck they're called. And oh my God, it was so funny. My face hurt so much from laughing. Oh my God, it was so hysterical.
That is hilarious.
I do take my job seriously. I had a request in the chat and I took care of the request.
There you go.
How did you know they were going to ask for wipes? That's what I want to know.
Huh?
How did you know they were going to ask for wipes?
I didn't. I keep the wipes here because sometimes when I'm showing like storage unit stuff, it's like really, really dusty. And then I'll go to show clothes or like white plushies or something. And instead of leaving and going to wash my hands, like while people are like bidding or whatever, I'll just grab the wipies and I'll just wash my hands with the wipies and throw them in the barrel. So I keep the wipies here next to me all the time. So when the person said, do you have any wipies? I'm like, there you go. I sweeten the deal. I just so happened to have them handy.
Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. That is super funny.
Thanks.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We have a really good time, you know, but you know, I did get a complaint once or twice.
That's it. Like every day.
I did get a complaint that if some people want to come to the auction just to buy stuff, like they don't like all of the
chit chat and
the chit chat and all the fun stuff. And I think that's why a lot of people come to my auction, because they like the chit chat and all the fun stuff. So I've decided, like, my favorite night of the week is Sunday nights. I mean, it should be Friday nights. Maybe it will be Friday nights from now on. I don't know, after last night's turnout. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the auction stream and I'm going to make the announcement that I'm going to come back live. And it's not going to be an auction. It's just, we're just going to hang out, because a lot of the people that come to my auctions, they love to just hang out and chit chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yep. We get so many complaints. Sometimes I just sit there, like, I just shake my head, like, really? It's, you know, they love to tell you how to do things.
Yeah.
But if they were ever in the position you're in, they wouldn't know what to do. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Auction for you. I am the complaint department.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, T.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They complain a lot. Yeah, they complain a lot to her. And then she'll pick and choose which ones she wants to like tell me, you know, what the complaint was for. She's really good at protecting me, T.
Yeah.
And Robin, actually. I have a lot of really great people that like T is auctions for you. Like she's really, really good about well, she's from Long Island. You know, she's a New Yorker. Like she's got my back.
Right.
She's like,
It's
it's
a
nice.
nice thing. Yeah, it really is.
It's nice. You know,
I may get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna risk it.
oh God, here we go. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
No, you have to ask permission before you do something. What is it?
It's not always about you, Donna.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
75. It's all yours, man.
What you need all the fishing poles for? You already got a hammerhead.
Maybe I should lend one to you. It looks like you need to reel in a man.
Better yet, take that sheet and cover your face.
Oh, yeah?
That'd
I'll
be
give you
better.
the net too, just so you can keep them, because I think you'll have a hard time doing that too.
Really?
Let's keep the trash talking to a minimum.
I'm trying to be good today. I am trying.
You starting already. Let me all that outdoor stuff because she's a beast.
It got worse. It got worse.
I'm sure. I
It
didn't
did.
want to talk too long because I don't want to get in trouble. So
Yeah. I pulled off from weed.
Where'd you get that off of YouTube?
yeah,
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Are they all on YouTube, Larry?
Clips of them are some of them YouTube makes you pay for Netflix or Hulu or whatever they make you pay for, but yeah, a lot of clips are.
Wow. And you look so different in that.
Yeah.
That was when you first moved to Vegas?
No, that was when we first moved to California. That was a long time ago.
Was it?
Mm.
Yeah, you look like you're from Revere in that one.
Right?
only you guys get that joke. Not fair.
That is so hilarious.
Borderline Revere Everett.
I was thinking a little Lynn, City of Sin, a little
You
bit.
knocked him out the way you came in? No, definitely not Lynn. No, more Revere.
Yeah.
I would say more Revere.
Yep.
Yeah. So funny. Yeah, that doesn't even look like you.
Yeah, I
She wanted to go in on it with you guys?
yeah,
Did you go in on it with her?
we did. Yep.
And how did that all work out?
A little frustrating, but in the end, I guess it worked out all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Was that a woman?
Yeah.
No, I was not sure when I was looking at her if it was
Yeah.
a woman or a man.
Her name's Monet, right?
Mermaid?
No. You got mermaid on mine still. You still doing that?
What was her name?
That's Monet,
Oh, Monet. It
And
sounded like mermaid.
and it's
That's all
Donna
I
Summer's
heard.
niece.
What is it?
She's Donna Summer's niece.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's actually a rapper. Her rapper name is Medusa.
Really?
Yeah.
Another M word.
Yeah. Yeah.
So was it her helicopter?
No.
They
Oh.
never took possession of it. They
just
literally bought it
somebody
and sold it on the spot.
Yeah. We called somebody out. He bought it on the spot, and that was it. So
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, we've done a lot of crazy things. There was one time, it was probably one of the worst episodes I could ever imagine. We went down to wine country in California, and we found a hot air balloon in the unit, the basket, the balloon, everything.
Awesome.
So we called somebody out, and he says, well, I really need to make sure it works. I need to do this, do that, and get it up in the air.
He took off in it.
No. So he went and said, however, it's too windy today, so we can't test it today. It'll have to come another day. And my producer's like, no, we don't have another day to do this. We need to do this today. So you're going to go up, you're going to test this balloon, and that's that. So they tied the hot air balloon to 4 big pickup trucks, and the winds were knocking us around to the basket was sideways, and we're holding on and almost falling out of this basket like 50 feet in the air. It was the most frightening thing I've ever done in my life, and I will never, ever go in a hot air balloon again because of it. It was, the trucks were like coming back because the ropes were just pulling and tugging the trucks back. I mean, it was just horrific. It was awful.
It's basically it's all about money.
Yeah.
They put your life at risk because they didn't want to spend another day doing setting up the whole production thing and the
Exactly.
whole, they put your life at risk.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that again. Ever.
Yeah, that is crazy. I just want to give a shout out to T again. Sorry, Robin, for giving so many shout outs.
No, go for it.
She's my auctioneer, auctions for you, and I really, really need to get her to 1,000 subscribers.
Everybody go click it.
Click on TV.
Go touch it.
Yeah, go touch it. Look at it and touch it. Laurie, we'll have to let Laurie in on that little go touch it and look at it and touch it thing.
Yeah, I would like to know what this is about.
It's so stupid. It's nothing. It's nothing. But when you're tired and you've been auctioning for hours, everything turns into silliness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything turns into silliness. So so what nights do you auction? What nights did you pick?
Sundays.
Sunday nights?
No, usually we do Sunday afternoon. I don't know if we're going to have one tomorrow because I'm watching my grandbaby tomorrow and it might be a little crazy. So we'll just have to play it by ear. But, we'll see how it goes. I don't know what time I have her till. So, yeah.
So you're doing it once a week? Just on Sunday?
Yeah. Yep.
And are you doing all the shipping?
Oh yeah.
And you do all of the invoicing and you do it all. Yeah.
Do it all.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Dolores, who is a really, really good friend of mine, and she's in some of my videos. Like she'll come over and help me with the shipping.
Yeah.
But I do the invoicing and, the printing out the labels, and like she'll measure and weigh the packages for me and prepare them for the labels, so that it makes it go by really quick when she's here helping me do that.
Yeah. Connie, I have 4 grandbabies. So I have one that's 3, right? 3. One that's 2, one that's 1, and one that's 6 months.
All from the same mom? No.
No. From 3 different kids.
Okay,
Each of my kids, one has 2, one has 1, and the other has 1.
Wow.
Yep. Keeps me busy too.
Oh my gosh. And are they all close by to you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The furthest one out is the one I'm going to be watching tomorrow. She's up in Summerlin, which is probably like a 45-minute drive.
Oh yeah.
But the other 2 are super close. So
you guys, when you moved to California and then to Vegas, your kids just all followed you?
Well, my son and my daughter lived with us at the time, but then since they've gotten married and whatnot, so my son and then my daughter and her husband and the baby lived with us at the time. And then they finally, once we came here, they got their own place here. Then my son just got married and then they had a baby. So they moved out. And then my daughter, she always had a place here. So yeah, since we moved, she got her own place here. So actually right now it's A lot of the contents of the prepper unit has been sold. We've been selling some on our auction. We have a lot of others that we sold at, locally. But we do still have a bunch of it still stored away. So
What is a prepper unit?
he was like a doomsday prepper. Like we found the pipe bombs in there.
Oh, that's what a prepper is. That's what
Yeah.
it's called. Someone who builds bombs.
No, a prepper. They're just like they like stockpile stuff like weapons and all of that stuff for
Zombie apocalypse.
yeah.
I've never heard that expression before. Is that what prepper?
Prepper.
Is it just somebody who stockpiles guns and stuff like that? Is it prepper?
For, like, if they have to go into a shelter.
Right.
Oh, prepper, like prepping to go into a shelter.
Right.
Oh, learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes I learn more than just something new every day. Sometimes I learn several new things
Right.
every day. Yeah, especially being on YouTube, I learn a lot. Being on YouTube.
No, it's going on. I don't know.
Brandon's watching his basketball over here, so
Oh yeah, he's got the TV nice and quiet.
yep.
And my son's calling me. I just need to make sure he's okay. So excuse me 1 second.
Absolutely. So Robin, out of all the clips that you've watched, which one has your favorite been from Storage Hunters?
Well, I just like seeing you get crunk. That's my favorite.
On the nightly. I'm just kidding.
Pretty much. I wanted to put together a reel of that, but I don't have rights to it. So
Right. Dennis, I do have a Facebook page. I don't know how to do the link. I don't know how to do that. Hold on. I could try.
Lori, are you part of my storage unit buyers and resellers Facebook page? Did you ever join that? How come you never drop your links in there?
you forgot.
No, there's a reason.
I
Tell me the truth.
No, I literally hardly spend time on Facebook. Like I used to be like Facebook queen,
Yeah.
and I'm just overwhelmed. So literally every probably couple of weeks I'll go on and put something on Facebook, and I don't even do it for our own videos, like on my own page or anything. Lately I've tried, like, and I'll be like, oh, I should put the link on our Facebook, because we have a Facebook Storage Hunters. Our name was Team Brandori on Storage Hunters. So we have a Facebook page for that. And then I have my own Facebook. So it literally, even though it take me like 3 seconds to go to the page and put our links down, that's 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even have.
Now, here's something interesting. I started my YouTube channel and my Facebook page like within minutes of each other.
Did you really?
I did. I started my YouTube channel and then I opened a Facebook page. My Facebook page doesn't have my name in it. I do want to put my name in it. My YouTube channel is just my name.
Right.
But my Facebook page, I just called it Storage Unit Buyers and Resellers.
Yeah.
That Facebook page has now grown to over 6,000 subscribers in however many months it's been. 9 months, 10 months, however many months it's been.
Right.
And I drop links in that page all the time. And you would think that some of those people would come over and like I broadcast live on that page too. I stream my auctions live on that page, and I'll write, come see some of my storage unit finds being auctioned off. And
Yep.
they don't come over.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing. So we have over 50,000 fans on our Facebook page. And I'll go over there. I'll post links. I'll be like, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And we're still sitting at 20,000 on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I got
Same
50,000 on Facebook. So it's kind of strange that I don't know if they literally just
The same thing with me, but only in lower numbers. But the same thing with me. They don't come over to the YouTube page.
A lot of people don't understand the whole YouTube, like signing up for it.
right, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Mama G. That's our our page one, and then I have a personal one as well. So that one is our page one. But if you write a question or something, I definitely see it and I try to answer it. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to be the same day, but I try to answer it as quickly as I can. Yeah. So
I'm kind of regretting throwing away all of that toilet paper that I find in storage units all the time. Do you find toilet
I
paper?
actually heard Amazon took like the toilet paper and the masks off because people were trying to like price gouge.
Yeah. So we went to Costco on our way home just before we got home, and they had just gotten in a shipment of toilet paper, and my husband said people were like, my husband grabbed two.
It was like Black Friday.
Yeah, two big things of toilet paper. We've been out of toilet paper in our house for 3 days. We've been using Kleenex boxes in the bathrooms for toilet paper because we've had no toilet paper.
That's
So then they didn't have any paper towels. Costco still out of paper towels, and so on the way home we stopped at Publix, the supermarket here, and my husband said that there was literally like 2 things of paper towels left, and there was a woman standing in front of them, and she was like turning it around and like looking at the size and the ply and looking at the price. And my husband, like, he said he just like came in, scooped in, grabbed one, and just kept on walking. Like, lady, I don't have time for you to decide whether or not you're going to buy it or not. Like, there's no paper towels around.
That's
there's
crazy. It's crazy.
And then somebody said, oh, I thought Boston was crying. And then somebody was saying that like this is all we need is for people to start spreading rumors like this. Someone wrote in the chat, they're recommending that you have a 6-month supply of necessities.
I've heard that.
Home in case we are quarantined.
Hey, Donna. Don't say the C word.
What did I say?
I'm just saying don't say it. Apparently it's taboo right now on YouTube.
What word did I say?
The name of it.
The name of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you can't talk about it?
Apparently not.
Because YouTube will take it down?
Yeah.
I didn't say it, did I?
No, not yet.
You're getting close.
I didn't hear about that one. Who told you that? Is that another urban tale or is that like for real?
I know Grimes got in trouble for it.
He got in trouble for it?
Yeah, I think he got demonetized.
He got demonetized?
Or
just
an episode.
Just the one video or his whole no? Oh, just
no, one video. Yeah, it's crazy.
Really?
Yep. Because everybody's like going crazy about it. So
why?
Media.
Mass hysteria.
Yeah.
So you think that YouTube is like working with the G word?
No, I just think that they're trying to control people's emotions, you know,
See, do I have more clips to play?
to go crazy, you know?
And who's trying to control the emotions? The G people.
You are so funny.
Right? I'm afraid to say that word now. The G people. You know who the G people are. Let me give you an idea.
Oh boy.
Is that who's trying to control it? I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm just it's innocent. It's an innocent question. Was that inappropriate? Was that inappropriate?
Time out, Donna. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Behave now.
Oopsie.
Oh my goodness.
Oopsie. Sorry.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my goodness.
Don't sip it. Don't sip it.
I wasn't sure. I was just wondering. So, Robin, do you have any questions for Laurie?
Oh my goodness, Susan's funny. Oh my goodness.
Laurie, Robin, do you have any questions for Laurie and I?
Pretty much.
Should I go excuse myself for a minute? Should I pick up the pieces of paper on the floor?
Oh my goodness, I just can't. Oh boy.
From the pens. I warned you.
You warned me?
I warned her.
Oh, I got no warning. Oh, you warned me.
You've been here before. You should have to
I
have
didn't get any warnings. I didn't get any warnings. I didn't.
You are the warning.
She said nothing to me. I said, what are we going to talk about? And she said, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, we're just going to like wing it. And she's like, yeah. So that's it. We're just winging it. Anyway, so
on that note.
You out of props, Donna?
Excuse me?
Are you out of props?
No, I have a few more. Boston. Boss, come here, Papa. It's okay. Oh, you're a good watchdog.
Oh, Chris the Goose is in the house.
Chris the Goose. Hey, Chris. Hi, honey. Chris is awesome.
She says I should never tell you to wing it.
Right? Oh my God. She's probably home like going, oh my God, Donna, are you serious?
She's like that perpetually, so
these pieces of paper on the floor behind me are really bothering me. I think I need to pick them up.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness.
I can still see her.
What's she doing? Picking them up?
She is. Yeah.
She's a riot. She is so funny.
This is probably why my voice is like this.
Probably.
I've never laughed so much in my life. And this is mild for her. I don't want to give away any secrets, but
right?
Crazy.
Oh boy. That's so funny.
I threw the pieces of paper on top of the box of crystal here, but I removed it off the crystal and I'm going to put it in the trash bag. Because it belongs in the trash, not on top of the beautiful crystal, right? That's where the ripped up pieces of paper belong. So I'm gonna put it in the trash instead of the crystal.
Susan, we don't know yet.
I don't smoke, Jill. Although I did. That could be what caused it. Yeah, Danny Mae, yeah.
Yeah, so we were planning on it, but to be honest with you, if we were going to keep the house rented out, we would lose money. For the economy here in Vegas is horrible right now, so we'd have to wait until the market goes up and figure out something after that. But
that's so strange because here in Palm Beach, it's through the roof. Like our home value has really skyrocketed. But the problem is, you know, we would love to sell our house, but where are we going to go? You know, because the prices of houses are so high.
Exactly. So not really here in Vegas. When I was in Massachusetts, there was a lot of support for special needs. And then I was so worried when we left Massachusetts to leave to California that we'd have to start the whole process over again. But fortunately, once we got there, I found an amazing school. and it literally worked wonders for him. So once we finally came to Vegas, he was already past that and kind of an adult and on, a different level. So fortunately, we weren't in Vegas when he was actually needing it. So yeah. There are more people leaving California than staying. Yeah. Yeah. Vegas isn't a place to raise kids. No. 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 It's awful. Donna, you okay? You there?
I'm just,
What are you even looking at?
Completely glazed over.
I'm just trying to behave myself.
She had a free moment to just veg. So
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm here. And just listening. I've been accused of taking over Robin's show, so just listening.
It looks so painful
It's painful.
for you.
So a little bit.
It's a little uncomfortable.
It's a little bit weird. Like I'm trying to find a comfortable spot with it.
that's what I tell my husband all the time. You're up here. You need to be down here.
Yeah.
I tell him that constantly.
Accused, guilty as charged. Yes. So anyways, Robin, you never answered my question. I asked you 3 times. Do you have any questions for Laurie and I?
I honestly don't. You guys covered it for me.
Derogatory.
Good girl.
Ronnie's teaching. I couldn't say that word the other day, and Ronnie taught me how to say it.
There's so many words I can't say, and everybody tries to correct me on our chat, but it's like, this is how I talk, like I know I say idea wrong. I get it.
Idea?
I say idea. I have an idea.
I have an idea. Yeah. Like, I'll say to the kids, come here.
Oh, yeah.
And my kids will be like, can you spell that for me? Come here. Because they're Florida babies, even though they were born in Boston.
Exactly.
So they don't have that Estonian accent. My husband has a really strong one. How long have you lived in Boston? How long have you lived in Boston before moving, Laurie?
I was there my whole life. So up until 2009, that's when I left. So I don't know how many years is that. I've only been on the West Coast since 2009.
I do have a question. That scene where the lights were flickering.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have anybody that knows Morse code? Look at that.
To be honest with you, we haven't. We're still trying to, we're looking into it, try to have somebody look at it. But crazy thing, like his dad was a Morse code operator.
I know. That's why.
So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, oh, that's just crazy. Those are just the lights. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. So
lights don't do that.
No. And especially they weren't fluorescent. They were LED lights.
Yeah.
What lights are you talking about?
On one of our units that we won right after his dad passed, the lights in the hallway all started going like weird in unison, flickering all the way down. And then there was like these weird orbs like all around him. So it was kind of crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like he like went downstairs with a load, came back up, and the second he like opened the door, they all of a sudden just started going nuts. And I was like, what's going on here? This is insane. Yeah, so we caught it on camera and it was kind of crazy.
Almost like the motion sensors were like, or it was something else being sent.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of nuts. Danny May and Jill have a question for Lori. Did I miss them? I'm trying to read through the chat, guys, but I'm like, Danny May, where's your question? Anybody see that question?
Update on your father-in-law.
Oh, okay, I see it. So we're still working with a new lawyer. We're waiting on the medical records and all of that. So that's literally kind of at a standstill until all of the medical records come in for that. Yeah, so that's on hold until all the paperwork is in. And then the other question I don't see either. Who else had a question? Jill. Oh, that was the same question, right? Yeah, so we're just waiting kind of in limbo until, they feel obligated, I guess, to give the medical records.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It could take forever and ever. They can just, lawyer up on you and just, which I'm sure they already have.
Yeah, probably. They haven't even responded or anything as of yet. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Is it really dusty there? They're saying that Vegas is nasty, ugly, and dusty.
It is so dusty.
Is that?
Well, because we get, we don't get rain often. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There's a horse coming. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. One thing's gonna the west. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Whoa. Why are they all tripping out like this? Wow, no, it wasn't.
It's all the way down now.
Yeah, I know. No way. Look at this. Look at it. Look. And look, even down there. See it down there? It's freaky. Wow. It's crazy, huh? Mm-hmm. Wow. She's a lot of energy right now. This is crazy. Wow. Now I'm standing right here, guys. Right? I'm standing right here. This thing clean out. You see right in here, man. See how it's slowing down kind of though, Lori?
Yeah.
Look at it, it's slowing down. Okay, now it's picking up again. See it?
Yeah.
See, now it's picking up. Wow, look at it. It's like a ride in Space Mountain, right?
Yeah.
No way, it was like this when we came up here.
No.
Like this. All right, good for you. All right, I think she's had this stuff back there.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, if it was one, I would say it was the baluster.
Right.
But it was a series of flashes from like 3 different light fixtures.
Exactly.
Maybe even 4. So it couldn't have been the baluster, and it definitely couldn't have been a coincidence that those light bulbs were all burning out at the same time.
Right.
That's
Yeah. And
definitely
it's one thing if they were, like I said, fluorescent, but LEDs don't usually tend to do that. So, fluorescent, when they're about to go out, they'll flicker a little bit, but not all of them at the same time. And
yeah, that's pretty amazing.
it was pretty cool. It was pretty
Yeah, it
cool.
definitely needs something looking into.
Oh, they were talking about Bakersfield, but California is pretty much the same way as Bakersfield, dusty and whatnot. But yeah, we get very little rain here. We maybe rain, which was crazy because last week we got 2 days of just like constant downpouring rain, like monsoon. And we had a full load of stuff in the trailer, of course, because we never rain here. And it did. But then we also get horrific like windstorms, and the windstorms just blow the dust everywhere because it's the desert, Yeah.
Yeah. Pulgara says, are you going back to longer videos? For the record, I don't like the short video trend. Have you shortened your videos, Larry?
I wouldn't say we shortened them much, but for some reason, we just felt like the attention span for the majority was not there. But
Well, I was told
The
45.
last two were a little bit longer again. So, what card, baby? The bank card? Oh,
I was told 45 minutes is a good length for a video, but I never do 45 minutes. I mean, I sometimes do an hour, sometimes I'll do 30 minutes. What's your average video?
our average. Well, for a while it was 30. But hold on. Oh, not gonna make the Red Sox anytime soon. That was a really bad toss. Actually, I might this year because we have a horrible team. But yeah, we usually do 30 or so. But the last few videos, well, the ones before these two were probably like 20. So
I don't understand Goose's question.
He wants to know why I'm having people type out question instead of just putting a question mark. I can't see the question mark. It's just easier for me to see.
Oh.
I had to read it 3 times too.
I'm like,
If it makes you feel better.
Well, I still don't really understand it, but
because Robin said if somebody has a question, please put question and then type your question. So that way it's question in a big capital letters and then the actual question of that they ask.
And what does Goose want you to do?
Just type a question mark.
All right, well, you know what, Goose, when it's your show, dude, you can like pick whether you want it to be a question mark or an A. We'll talk about this in a while. Goose and I are going to be on auctions for you in about 30 minutes. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
I love the Goose man.
Oh, you're funny.
Chris the Goose. We actually affectionately refer to him as Mr. Knobs.
Mr. Knobs.
Yes,
He
Mr.
sells knobs.
I have to say though, you guys kept us so entertained one of the nights that we were driving back late from California to Vegas.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here listening to it, but Brandon kept dozing off because literally, I think Chris's voice is just so calming. He's very mellow and he has a great radio voice, an amazing radio voice.
Yeah.
So Brandon kept like passing out because it was just so calming. And I'm sitting there driving. I'm like, God, if I pass out, we're gonna really be in for a problem here.
Heather, the reseller's in the house. Hi, Heather. Don't jinx yourself, Donna. Goose might have to spend the night in the bathroom peeing. I don't understand that. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Robin, I love you right now for not understanding that because I was so afraid to say I didn't understand it.
I don't get it either.
Granny Doe, I don't understand what you're saying. No, Robin can't get super chats yet, but she has. Do you have a tip jar in your description?
Yeah.
With your Cash App?
Well, no, with PayPal.
With PayPal? Do you have a Cash App? You should do Cash App. It's easier for people if they have a Cash App. Well, Laurie does.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, what, Cash App?
Never heard of it.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, Cash App is great. No fees, no nothing. It's $ in your name and people can just send you money instantly.
Oh, nobody does that for us anyway.
What did you say?
Nobody does that for them anyway.
No, we very rarely get super chats. We're not one of those channels. No.
Oh,
it's not in the description of the, she's right. It's not in the description. It's in my my channel.
That's all right. You can send it to me. It's Cash App, and I'll send it to Robin. It's Cash App Donatella Bottolino. Well, you don't trust me? You kidding?
Say that.
Just put $. Hey, Texas Val. Hi, honey. I'm still trying to figure out what man knobs are. Oh, Val.
Well,
Just put
$.
Donna. Here, I'll make a comment. and if anybody wants to send, here, I'll make a comment. It's the $. So just make the $, and then just do Donatella Bottolino on Cash App. Send me your tip jar, and I will send it to Robin.
Are you
Simple.
e-begging?
What?
Are you e-begging?
What does that mean?
You don't remember what Patrick was accused of? E-begging.
Patrick D's?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't even know that there was a word for that.
What is it? What did you say it was?
E-begging.
Oh,
You never heard that?
e-begging. Is that like eBay? No, e-begging. What does e-begging mean? What does it stand for?
I assume electronic begging. I don't know.
Oh, for like super chats and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can't do that. I don't know why. I don't have it in me to be like,
Yeah.
hey guys, if you want me to read your question, hit that super chat because otherwise I'm not going to answer your question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just can't.
I can't either.
Oh, Lucinda's willing to take money for you too.
What's that?
I'm sure.
Lucinda's willing to take money for her too. No, I'm serious. If anybody wants to give Robin a super chat, send it to me, $, Donatella Bottolino. You can use your Cash App, and I'll send it to Robin. Simple, easy. Okay. I think
It's over here like the dog pound, just talking. Usually on Sundays, I'm not sure if we're gonna have one, Jill. I'm not sure if we're gonna have one this Sunday because we have my granddaughter. So, but usually Sundays at 2:30 is when we do that.
So
Yeah.
you have anything new coming up, Lori?
What's that?
You have anything new coming up?
We will. We're getting it all together, so I don't want to say it and kind of like spoil it for everybody when we finally get it out on YouTube. But next few days, you'll see it. It should be fun. It definitely should be fun. Yeah.
Hey, Shane. Shane wants to know, Donna, what cut are you taking? I'm not taking a cut. It's for Robin. You kidding? What's Granny Doe asking? We're not going to bring that subject up again, are we?
Yeah, June. Unfortunately, we're not one of those because I just can't.
Oh, check this out. So I found this other channel that reads cards and astrology and all that. And she actually showed up. I invited her to come. I have no voice. Here, let me see if I can pull her up. I'm not seeing it in this chat.
Did you guys see that big box I got the other day?
No.
I'm going to get it. Hang on 1 second. Yeah.
Why am I not seeing her
Pretty clear, right?
on this chat? But I'm seeing her in this chat.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
Oh my God, it's so heavy.
Amy Jo Melrose, question, will you be on your channel tonight? No, I'll be on auctions for you tonight. If that question is for me, I'll be on auctions for you tonight.
Okay. So we got this big, huge, oh, it smells so delicious. We got this big, huge box, okay? And inside the box, well, for one, we have like a bazillion incense. And then we have this gorgeous shell that was there.
Ooh, I have one of those.
It's so pretty.
Robin bought it for me.
It's a mermaid food bowl.
Oh my God, I love
Right.
it. Wait, I still have it here.
Drink my orange juice.
Orange juice.
My orange juice. Oops. I've got incense dropping all over the floor. Hold on here. Okay.
Oh, I must have moved it.
And then this gorgeous book.
Wow.
And it was totally empty. And it's all leather bound. It's so pretty.
I don't know what happened to it.
And then
Who'd that box come from?
it was inside one of the units.
Oh.
And then, okay, more incense, of course, and they smell so good. Oh my God, they are so delicious. And then this tiny little tarot card book with tiny little tarot cards.
Cute.
Like,
Cute.
look how tiny these are. Aren't they cute?
Yep.
There's somebody in the craft that probably likes those.
And then this. Let's see if I can open it. Little crystal ball.
Cool.
And then
For your tiny life.
a whole bunch of books.
Oh, witchcraft books.
Wiccan is not witchcraft per se.
No,
Not negative.
very
Very
good.
positive and white light.
That's right.
Yeah, but that first one was witchcraft.
No,
Wiccan.
that's Wiccan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Different.
It's a very misconceived notion.
And then a beautiful set of tarot cards with the little tarot reading
Why is
mat.
Heather laughing at me?
And then a feather. Whole bunch of candles. And then a bunch of sage.
I knew you would. Yes, Yana.
And
We have a card reader in the room that has her own channel doing just that.
really?
Having a fit over your box.
And then, so this is a bunch of like just other mugwort, some sage, bunch of other stuff. This is black salt. Ooh. Whole bunch of like little.
Wow, what an interesting box.
What's that?
What an interesting box.
Yeah, it was
That's
super.
what she said.
And then some crystals and whatnot.
Oh, you got some of that.
I do.
Yeah. Look, Lori.
Where's my shell? I'm so upset about my shell.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch, and then they, of course, the incense burners and whatnot. I don't know
Are
what.
you selling this box?
Yeah, I probably will be. I don't know what this is. Hold on. It's like stuck to the side. What is this? Oh, I think this is just burnt sage. Some leftover burnt sage. Crazy little weird candle. That's a cool candle.
I recognize that. I used to have a Wiccan roommate.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't remember what that one is.
Yeah, so it was a cool little box. And then we also, the little fairy was in there with the globe.
You got a couple of buyers in the room.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You guys start placing your bids. Place your bids. Starting bid at the starting bid is going to be $75.
It's a big box.
$75. Nope, $75 for the box. Do you include shipping or do you charge extra for shipping?
I always include shipping.
Okay, so let me see how big that box is.
Hold on, let me I gotta
It looks like
it's literally like the coolest little treasure box ever. Where did my little
It's probably going to cost you about $35 to ship.
Yeah, probably about that.
Right? It's going to cost her $35 to ship, starting bidding at $75. Who wants to place a bid? And there's a proxy on it. Starting bid $75. We have a proxy on this box. Anybody? Robin, we need your crickets. Anybody? 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 Come on, you guys.
Oh, now I can't even put the shell back in. I don't even know what I did here.
Deanna says do not light the candles that have already been lit.
Oh no, definitely not.
Really?
No,
Sheesh, Donna.
because they were for something else.
Lower in 10 minutes. She did say she was going to sell it. Deals? No, Danny won't. Don't worry.
But this was gorgeous. I think I'm gonna show it again because you
I
don't have
have that. I was showing that
it.
one.
You don't have it now, and I have one.
Oh,
I have one now.
you've got to keep that. That's beautiful. That is an abalone shell. And I have one. Robin bought it for me. I was showing it one night and mine is so beautiful, just like that. So beautiful. And it was right here. I had it right here and it's not here now. I don't know where it is. And Robin bid on it. And then she said it was a gift.
Aww.
So Heather the reseller says sage burning. They use that shell for sage burning. I would not burn sage in that shell. It's too beautiful. I wouldn't want to put the sage on
Yeah,
top of the
they did
apple.
use it for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, it's got burn marks on it.
Yeah, you could somewhat see it. It was super
Pass
cool.
on 75, Danny May says. Abalone is endangered. Yes, it is. It's beautiful. I'm so
Yeah.
upset that I can't show you mine so we can compare shells. We both have shells. Here's an abalone. Here's an abalone necklace.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's abalone. There was another.
Oh, that night you had the shell. You put it like behind you and to the right.
I know it was right here. I just looked 3 times.
Yeah, there.
See it. It's so beautiful. I must have moved it and didn't realize I moved it. I did a lot of like crazy cleanup because we had a friend of ours from Boston is visiting. So we did a lot of crazy cleanup and a lot of stuff kind of got moved around in my studio room. So I've got to like spend a day and straighten it all back out.
If I could one day get organized, that would be amazing.
I know. And right now I'm so disorganized. It's terrible.
Discombobulated.
I am just disembogulated. I am.
Oh,
I'm so upset.
You'll find it.
So beautiful. I'll find it. I know. Got these stupid deflated soccer
it's
balls.
kind of like the word cinnamon. My daughter cannot say the word cinnamon for the life of her.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the new thing on TikTok when they ask the kids to say popsicle and they can't say the word popsicle, so then they say pop. The little girl says pop. This is say sickle. She says that. Now say popsicle. And then just completely.
I couldn't say spaghetti. When I was little. I said biscotti. Yeah.
I think a lot of kids said the same thing, like, right?
Yeah, that's
My young said biscotti.
yeah. And my son could never say the L. He'd say I love you. So the therapist used to say, work with his L's at home. So he used to love lizards. So we would say, Denali, say la, la, la. Because the therapist was a Montessori therapist. So she used to do a lot of like the learning and like songs. So we would say la, 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 lizard. And Denali would go, la, 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 wibbard.
It's funny how they always think that, oh, just break it down and they can do it.
Yeah.
No. When they're stubborn like that, they're just going to keep saying it the same way.
Always said wibbard. Wibbard and I love you. You know how kids use that? That's very common with children.
Oh,
to
yeah,
use the W
absolutely.
instead of the L.
Yeah.
Everything was W. So cute. I loved the way he talked, but the school didn't. The school didn't. I'm like, I'm fine. He's not going to go to college saying I love you and wibbard. Let the poor boy just say wibbard. And they would have meetings with us after meetings and call us in and be like, he doesn't know how to pronounce his letters. We'll leave him alone. He's 5 years old. He's going to learn, It's like they get so crazy.
And it's funny because my grandsons, doctor said that he needs speech therapy. He was 2. And I'm like, my daughter's like, well, he's really, she's like, I'm a little worried now because the doctor said something, that he doesn't have enough words in his vocabulary. And I said, well, what do you think? I said, he's smart. He understands everything you're saying. He just doesn't speak much. So she goes, I just think he doesn't want to talk to them. I don't think he has anything to say.
Yeah.
So and now we can't get him to stop talking. So she didn't do speech therapy. She did nothing. And she just let him go and learn on his own. And he did,
Yep, they called us into a meeting, my husband and I, into a meeting for Denali and Massimo, both my sons, at school, because they both were very hyper, very like my kids. And Massimo still is that way. He's like always like off. Like I'm the opposite of most moms, where most moms would be like, shut off the video games and go out and go do something. I'm like, can you just play video games and just stay home? Because he's always out like doing dangerous things like spearfishing or, doing all these like crazy sports that he loves to do. So they called us into the school because the kid was like antsy. Like he said to me one time, he goes, Mama, like a lion in a cage at the zoo, you know how they walk back and forth? I said, yeah. He goes, that's how I feel when I'm in a classroom. I said, I'm sorry, baby. It's just not for everybody.
Yeah.
So when they were really young, they called us into the school. They called us into a meeting, and they told us that they wanted to put both our boys on like ADHD medicine because they were like so hyper in the classrooms.
Oh, yeah.
I thought my husband was going to flip over the conference table with the teachers and all these people that had tested them. And they called us into the school and were like, we'd like to talk to you about your children. And I was like, oh my God, like, what do they want to talk to us?
It was the same with my son. He was in special education for so many years. And there was one time where, the doctor says, we want to try this. We want to put him on this and whatever. I think it'll help him because the way my son is, he's on the autism spectrum. So he says, Mom, when I'm sitting in the classroom, I feel like this. And I get so tense and I'm just like, I can't even concentrate. So, for a little while, the doctor tried to put him on medication. I said, you know what? There's no difference. I don't see a difference. I'm the one that would notice a difference. I'm not doing this anymore. So he's off of the medication. There's no need for it. This is absolutely ridiculous. Why am I going to just keep feeding it to him when I'm not seeing any changes? So we took him off of it. The supposed special education teacher that he had at one school was awful. I mean, just awful. I got an email and she said, I don't appreciate your son lying to me. And I was like, hold on here. Now this is in Boston. So you know how I am, my mouth gets the better of me. So I call up the teacher and I'm like, I just want to ask you a question, just kind of sort this out before I kind of jump off the handle here. But what was the email in regards to? She's like, well, your son told me he read this, the first 2 chapters of the book like he was supposed to. But then I asked him about it and he couldn't tell me one little thing about it. I'm like, hold up. Are you a special education teacher? I said, because the last time I checked, my son's issues. He has trouble processing information. So if he has trouble processing information, then you should shut your mouth, okay? And maybe come to me first and say, hey, do you know if Chris happened to read those 2 chapters? Because I read them to him. So you just called me a liar. And I said, I want you off of my son's special education request. You are not to be his teacher ever again. And I don't even know how you're even employed as a special education teacher still. I mean, the fact that she literally called up and said, I don't appreciate your son lying to me. Give me a break. Give me a break.
I know it's tough. It's really, really tough. And it's too bad. It's too bad. Yeah. It's too bad they're so quick to diagnose. Like I grew up across the street from this from this boy. His name was Michael. We used to call him Michael Motorcycle because his father worked. His father was in the Army Reserves, and he used to literally bring home engines, like motorcycle engines, and he would give them to Michael, and Michael would take them apart, and then his father would tell him to put them back together. I mean, I wonder, like thinking back at Michael, which I still keep in touch with him. He's awesome. I love Michael.
Right.
On Facebook. I haven't seen him in years, but I wonder if like maybe he was on the spectrum somewhere.
Right.
Way back in the early 70s, it didn't exist.
Yeah, that never
existed. Like, no one diagnosed him. He was just a really like hyper kid that needed an engine to take apart and put back together.
Right.
And then another
occupy his time. Yeah.
Occupy his time, or how they say they're like really, really,
that would be Brandon.
No, I'm not watching TV.
Brandon would do that.
He's the same way. Like if he's not doing something,
yeah,
super antsy. Like he has to constantly be on the move, on the go, just doing something.
Yeah.
Fiddling with anything. He just cannot.
Yeah. See, Connie writes good for his dad. So his dad recognized that was what he needed, and his dad would like bring home, and I don't know where he got these engines, but I just always remember Michael Motorcycle in the driveway taking apart engines and putting them back together. So I just want to say hi to Jonathan. Jonathan just came in the house. Hey, Jonathan.
Betty Webb, you are so right. Yeah, I definitely had to fight all the way through my son's schooling. It was exhausting, but you have to fight all the way through. It's just crazy.
And Betty Webb's meaning has a different meaning for me. And it's so true in my respect too. You could look at it, and I take that like as a personal message to me until they take their last breath, which you do. You have to be you have to be their advocate. You have to advocate for them so strongly, because even though you are taking medical advice from doctors and nurses, ultimately you're your child's advocate, and you have to make the decisions. And I used to have to like monitor how much fluid he was getting, because when they have no immune system, one of the biggest problems is pneumonia.
Yeah.
They flood their lungs, they flood their little bodies with too much IV fluids that they're trying to flush out. But I mean, this is a subject for another time, but you have to, as a parent, like get to know like how much IV fluid they're putting into the bodies. Like the doctors, they make mistakes too. They're humans.
Right.
You know how many kids?
And, it's crazy because so with my son, because he's on the spectrum and whatnot, he would have, issues with, anger and temper and stuff like that. So I put him into a program in California that was run by the Marines, and they had drill instructors, and it was basically like a boot camp sort of, but it was more than that. It was, getting that energy out. It was, learning how to process things, learning how to react differently in situations. And I remember, there was one time, so it was called, what was it called? Vita. Okay. And so the kids would go 3 nights a week, and then it's not your dog this time. Our dogs constantly do that. Then every week you would have like a parent day where the parents would sit there for the day and, do activities and learning things with the kids. So there was one time that we went in, and, most of the parents were there, and they played this video, or just this sound recording. And it was, the mom at the very beginning when the baby is born, and the baby's crying, and she's loving, and it's okay, and calming the baby. Then the baby is about 2 years old, and, he's acting up. Oh my goodness, can you just stop? Just stop. Then they turn 5, and she's getting more frustrated and yelling. And then at 16, I wish I never had you. I can't believe this, blah, blah, and just screaming at this child. So, they said, how many they asked the kids, how many of you guys have heard all of this? And almost every one of them raised their hand. And then my son stood up and he said, my mom has never done that to me. My mom has never said that. And literally I was like in tears because, the patience that I had, because these kids were okay. Here my son is on the spectrum, and that could be a reason why I didn't. I know he had issues and I understood it, But regardless, I still would never have said something like that to my child. But to hear that most parents in that room had said those things, that they had never wished they had them, or screaming at them at the top of their lungs, to me, it was like I was beside myself, and to have my son stand up and say he's never heard that,
Yeah, you can't even imagine, like, this is probably not the direction Robin wanted the show to go, but you can't even imagine like how I feel when I see a parent. Like, I was in a store yesterday and there was a woman and there was a 3-year-old little girl, and they were kind of like they were trashy. They were trashy people, and it could have been her grandmother, maybe not even her mother, because the woman looked older. And she's like grabbing her arm, and the little kid is crying. I mean, the kid's like 2.5, 3 years old. The little kid is crying, and she's like grabbing her arm, and she's yelling, "Stop it! Stop it! You stop crying right now!" And she's like being so loud and obnoxious. And I'm just like, you have no idea how lucky you are to have this beautiful, precious child.
Right? Yeah.
The child is crying for a reason. They
Mhm.
either need their diaper changed, they're hungry, they're tired, they want love. Like, just like, what are you buying that's so important right now?
Right.
I've taken my kids out of a store, like completely out
Oh
of the
yeah.
store, because they were starting to have a meltdown for whatever reason.
Oh, you should see me in the store when I see like parents like just dragging their kid through the store crying and everything. I'm like, up, time to go home.
Yeah.
I'll yell it out. I don't even care, like don't drag your kid through the store when they're this tired. That's ridiculous.
Take them home. They need a nap. Like, I get it. Like, maybe you need milk, but you know what? Do you need it that bad? Like, just like
Amazon, baby. Amazon.
Having a meltdown, and it kills me, like, to see it.
Oh yeah.
I just want to pick up the baby and just be like, it's okay. Like, it's all right, sweetheart. Like, tell me what's wrong. Let's figure this out. Tell me what's wrong, and just, but, I have to say, though, I wasn't always that mom. When the kids were little, I kind of have a really cute story I want to share. When the kids were little, we had just moved here to Florida. And when we moved here to Florida, my children were 2, 3, 4, and 5 is how old my kids were. 2, 3, 4, and 5 when we moved here. And we bought a home in Jupiter Farms, which is considered a equestrian community. It has dirt roads.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a dirt road community. That's all it is. Yeah, it was like, the realtor made like a really big deal about it. And the houses are really far apart, and they had over 2 acres of land in between the homes. It's only like 30 miles out. Like, now we're on the coast, but this is 30 miles inland. So every Tuesday they used to have like $3 Happy Meals, and there was a McDonald's nearby that had like an awesome outdoor gym, like a climby thing with slides and stuff. So on Tuesdays I would take the kids for their $3 Happy Meals, and we'd spend the afternoon at McDonald's at the park. It was a park. It was an outdoor park, and so Massimo and Denali were always like getting into like, whatever. They were boys, active boys. And they used Massimo. So there was a woman that used to go there with her daughter, Katie, who was the same age as Massimo. Massimo, leave your brother alone. Massimo, help the girls climb the ladder. Massimo. As I constantly yell on Massimo. So we used to go every Tuesday, and I used to meet this woman with her little girl, Katie, at this park, and we would sit, the two moms, we would chit chat. So I stopped going. We sold that house and we moved to Palm Beach Gardens, closer to the coast. And I stopped going to that McDonald's. Like just one Tuesday. I never even said to her, like, we never exchanged phone numbers or anything. I would just see her there on Tuesdays with her daughter. So like 2 years goes by and we're at the beach and Massimo and Denali are in the water and Massimo's acting up or he's going too deep. And I go, Massimo, I'm on the beach and I'm yelling at Massimo. He's in the water. So this woman turns around and she goes, there you are. I've been looking for you for 2 years. She goes, what happened to you? You disappeared. So we're still friends. We became friends. But, you know, from yelling at the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think now I would be the parent or the grandparent because my kids are getting to the age where they could give me a grandchild. My son's 20. I think now I'd be the parent or the grandparent that would have the patience. But I really wasn't like.
Oh yeah, that's totally how I am now. Like when my grandson, he's my only grandson. Okay, I have 3 granddaughters and 1 grandson, so he is my king.
Do the girls wear bows?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they do?
Well, here's the problem. One of them wears bows. The other one has no hair. So she doesn't wear bows. And the other one's too small. And she's going with the bows.
Laurie, will you send me your address over Messenger so that I can send you a little care package?
Yes,
I would love to send
absolutely.
you a little care package for the girls.
Absolutely.
I won't say what's in it because I don't want to be taken out of the stream again for speaking inappropriately.
But when Michael is like doing his thing, because he's rambunctious, he's a little boy, you know, and you know, my daughter will be like, Michael, stop, Michael, and I'm like, Kayla, just let him go. Let him go. He's fine.
Yeah.
Just let him be a boy, you know?
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She's hilarious.
Look at all the people writing
That word.
Yeah, you would think I said that other word. The G word or the N word.
Or the C word.
Or the C word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the C word.
The name. Yep. Don't say it. Shh.
No, I'm not going to say it. But my mind went
My
somewhere
finger
else.
is on that button.
My mind went somewhere else when you said the C word.
No.
Sure.
No, I know what C word you're referring to.
Okay.
You know, when is your next show? Tuesday?
Me?
So like, you know, see you next Tuesday.
We know what you meant, Donna. We all got that. like right off the bat.
Robin looked really confused. I felt like I needed to explain to
I
her.
was just waiting to hit the trigger.
You looked confused. What do you want me to do? I just had to explain it. That's why I said, when's your next show? I was waiting for you to say Tuesday.
We got it.
Never mind.
I wasn't prepared for you to be so clever.
Oh, I was really clever. What was I doing? I was really clever. Was it you said you were proud of me? What did I do?
You were dreaming. You were dreaming.
I was
You were
dreaming.
just dreaming.
No, you said I was so oh, I know what it was. I last night at the end of the auction, I said, is there any other clips that you wanted to share? And all by myself, I shared my clip. But no, I did something really clever today too, didn't I? Dropping that link.
Yeah.
On my page.
Yeah.
On my Facebook page.
Yeah.
That was pretty clever of me.
It was.
Yeah. So auctions for you just went live. And guess where I'm supposed to be?
Auctions for you.
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta go clean out a bin too. Remember?
oh. Laurie, we'll have to do this again.
Yes, Robin, you were an amazing host,
Sorry.
and you are fantastic. I know you can't talk much. I hope we kind of filled in for you.
You did great. I appreciate you.
Don't worry, Robin.
Being on the show. Shut up, Donna. I appreciate
Covered, babe.
I appreciate you being on the show. I fully did not even expect it. I'm totally fangirling over you, thinking, wow, I have a celebrity on my show. So I just wanted to tell you that before I was interrupted again. Thank you very much, in all seriousness. And thanks for being a good sport when you didn't know what it meant to be broken.
Absolutely.
Right along with it. So
it was great. I had a blast.
Good. Anything else?
Ronnie G, Brandon, she wants you to take a drink of Coors for her.
Here, bring Brandon on screen.
Come here.
Or
Said
does he-
it's too early to drink a Coors. Come say hi.
What is Susan saying? And I left immediately if something did happen. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Robin. How you doing?
Sorry I interrupted you so much the other night.
Did you? I don't remember.
Yeah, you were just talking every 5 seconds. She's like, Robin, I can't find it.
Was I drinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
You're just trying to tell your story, and I just keep interrupting.
About your poor tooth, dear. His
That
poor
could have
tooth
been any
is still
given
bad.
day, including Sunday. So yeah. But my tooth does hurt though. I gotta get it pulled. But
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
It's literally like falling out. Like it's wiggling so much. And he's
Oh.
like, he keeps telling me, Lori, just grab the pliers, pull it, just pull it.
Yeah, do it.
I'm not gonna pull it out.
Here,
No.
I'll put you on full screen. Let's do this.
Brandon, if it hurts, then there's an infection in it. You need to take an antibiotic. Do you have any
No infection nonsense. I've taken it. It doesn't hurt like that.
No, it's more
It's,
so of like the I think the pressure when it wiggles against the
Yeah,
gum.
it just broke. That's all. Broke off.
Because it was a root canal that went bad. So there's actually no nerve or anything left to cause infection.
There was the root canal went bad like years ago with Dennis in Boston. You'd say pull the tooth out, and they would say absolutely not. I will not touch you. I only want to do a root canal. 10 years later, they come out and they go, root canals aren't that great.
It's about to get real, says I'll do it.
But no, I'll probably pull it out tonight though at some point.
Yeah, second of that didn't hurt as bad as I think it was going. Thought it was going to, or you can be in pain.
Yeah, we went.
That's what I thought.
We went down to our little hangout last night, and our friend Rory's like, "I'm going to the bathroom now. Let's do it now. I'll pull it right there in the bathroom." Let's say this here.
The same thing happened to me just last week or just a few days ago. Like I have a one of my molars.
Yeah.
It has the black filling in it, like they used to put.
Yeah, I have a mine right now. Yeah.
And so I had a lot of my fillings changed over to the white fillings that is supposed to be better, but this one they wouldn't change it because the tooth had a hairline crack in it, and they said we can't change it because we're afraid if we dig out the black filling to put the white in, your tooth is gonna go. Mm-hmm. So you have a choice of either pulling it and getting a crown or a replacement, or just waiting to see what happens. So it finally cracked it was like 2 years ago. It finally cracked just a few days ago.
So mine did. Off a lollipop.
And so now I have like this jagged.
Yes, Donnie. Yes.
Tongue was like killing me on the side.
Okay, it's about to get real. Has a drill and channel locks, but then they added the lidocaine, so maybe that's a possibility.
No, because that's the thing.
Let's do it.
That I've had teeth pulled without lidocaine or anything. It's not as bad as you think. I just don't like.
No. He is not telling you the full story. He is not. Let me tell you the full story.
Okay.
His tooth was bugging him, right? And he was in so much pain. So he comes upstairs.
That was years ago.
I know. He comes upstairs and he says, Lori, wakes me up. And I'm like, what? He goes, my tooth hurts so bad. I tried to pull it out and it still hurts. And I said, wait, you pulled out your tooth? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, got the channel locks with his tooth in his hand. Okay.
Blood
all over everywhere. Blood everywhere. We get to the dentist and the dentist's like, well, you did a really nice clean job, but you pulled the wrong tooth.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
Yeah. So it was his wisdom tooth that was like radiating pain to right here. So he went and pulled this one out instead of his wisdom tooth. So he's sitting there with a tooth in the channel locks up in the bedroom, covered in blood. Like, I pulled out the tooth, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
God, that's like barbaric. My husband, Brandon, is similar to you because he was out fishing one time out in like Stellwagen. Do you know Stellwagen out past Gloucester?
Yeah.
He was out fishing. He was out tuna fishing, and he sliced himself open. He cut himself. So he took a needle and thread out of the first aid kit, and no pain pill, killer, and stitched his skin closed because he was out in the middle of the ocean, and like just gave himself stitches and stitched himself closed so he'd stop bleeding.
Yeah, that's what I did with it was this one right. You can't see it anymore. It's many years ago, but I cut my finger right off. It was dangling. So what I did was I went inside. I live in New Hampshire. Well, there wasn't much of a doctor around, so we ended up just super gluing it right up.
Yeah, I mean, super glue is like one thing, but to like pull out a needle.
Oh, I don't have any feeling in the finger that much anymore. That's been totally,
and like stitch yourself closed.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm missing out.
See what I deal with, guys? Do you see this?
I don't think I'm
what I deal with too. It's like they're like they get along really good.
I honestly feel like I should be granted sainthood.
No, I'm really healthy. It's just little things like accidents, stuff like that. I mean, I don't have any tendonitis or anything like that. I don't have aches and pains.
Oh yeah. You want to know something really funny?
My teeth are all really good except that back one. Oh.
Yeah.
So the other, it was probably weeks back, and he's like, I think I'm having a heart attack. Something's going on. And I'm like, no, Brandon, you ate pizza. You have heartburn. He's like, what? No, this is hurting. Like, it's sore. Like, I can feel it. And I'm like, no, Brandon, it's heartburn. I get it all the time. And he's like, I've never had such a thing. What are you talking about?
That's true.
He's never had anything wrong with him. Yeah. Legit. So anytime he gets a headache, he's like, oh, I have an aneurysm. That's it. I'm dying.
Yeah.
He literally thinks so because literally he's been so healthy his whole entire life. He literally thinks if he gets a headache, there's something wrong.
Well, it's like we're all creatures of habit with that tooth. We all do the same. You have this tendency to play with that tooth with your tongue. You ever done that? Like you have that one tooth that just, would be like, we all do that. Even when like she had one in the back and it gets jagged and for whatever reason, it'll cut your tongue up, but you do it anyway. You do it anyway.
I just did it. Did you see that? Because he started talking about it, so I did it.
So
I'm doing it right now. I have that tooth. I'm like doing it right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's because we're all creatures of habit. We all do the same thing. So I kind of learned that, with teeth, I don't really mess around with teeth too much. But this one, it's totally dead anyway. I took antibiotics about 2 months ago for it. There's no infection there, but what it is the jaggedness that keeps poking the gum. And it's to the point where I'm going to take a pair of channel locks and I'm going to yank it out tonight. That's me into that game.
He's had so many things go wrong with his teeth. He's got really great teeth.
Yeah.
And we were about to go on tour in the UK, right? So again, I'm sleeping and he comes upstairs in the morning and he gets like right in my face and he's like, Lori. And he like pushes me, Lori. And I'm like, what? So I wake up and he goes, is this bad? And I go, whoa, he's got this huge lump, like an abscess, like huge on the side of his face. And he's like, it's that bad. I'm like, no. It's okay. Cause he was like, what do you mean? Is it that bad? Literally the lump was so bad and we had to get on the plane the next day. Like there was no avoiding it.
I can tell you this, thank God for Mexican antibiotics because they just come back from Mexico with the antibiotics and didn't have to go to the dentist or anything. I just popped down the week's supply and I was good.
Yeah.
But don't get on a plane when you have a bad tooth. Oh
no. As a matter of fact, I had a tooth pulled when I was 18 years old. I had just graduated from high school and I had one of my molars went abscess on me and I went to the dentist and I was leaving for Italy in 2 days. I was going kind of like indefinitely. I was going on a one-way ticket to Italy and I had just graduated from high school and the dentist said to me, he said, you can't fly with that tooth the way it is. I advise you not to go. We don't have time to do any kind of root canal or any kind of work to it. He says, so the best thing for you to do is just to pull it today. So he pulled it. And then I got on the plane 2 days later. But the dentist said to me, don't get on a plane with a toothache because of the pressure.
Yeah, he did. And it was horrific. He was like rocking the whole time on the plane. He's like rocking. He's like this. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah, but
oh my God. Oh my God.
That is
it's horrible.
Just like drink some fucking shut up.
and pain pills don't help.
No.
No, because
You end up taking so many that they make you sick.
Yeah, it's nerve pain. So it doesn't matter if you take pain pills or not. They're not gonna help you at all, because the doctor says when you have nerve pain, there's nothing that you can take to get rid of the nerve pain. So
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with this tooth. It doesn't hurt. It's just all that's left is like half the tooth in my
Yeah,
mouth.
it's like mine right now.
That's like his.
So you got a root canal then, right? And that thing the crown came off on it, or
No.
oh, really?
No, mine was just, it was a tooth that was filled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one back there too, like that in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an old cavity that they couldn't remove the black filling out of.
Right. But you know, a funny story about the plane, though. We have this friend, really, I love this guy. He moved back to California, but he's from Morocco, so he has a bit of a Middle Eastern look to him. So he had to get on the plane, and he had the same problem. His tooth was hurting him. And he gets
No.
I mean,
That was his cluster
He had
headaches.
the cluster headaches because of the tooth.
Yeah.
So he gets on and these headaches are these cluster headaches are horrible. And he literally gets up out of his seat when they're like 35,000 feet in the air, and he's walking back and forth pacing. He's over by the window. Lady said, "You got to sit down, sir." People are looking at this guy.
He's
getting
taking his
nervous.
shoes off. He's
People
trying to
are
walk
getting
up and down the
nervous.
aisle. People are getting nervous, like he's pacing.
You got to remember, he looks very Middle Eastern. I'll leave it at that.
So, like, sir,
Yes,
we are gonna land this plane if you don't get in your seat. You're like, you're gonna be on like the no-fly list.
It was so bad he started banging his head against the window. He looks at him. He says, "I swear to you," he says, "Yeah." He's got that thick accent from Morocco too. He goes, "I will open this door right now. I'm not playing around. I can't take the pain." They didn't understand he had this really bad headache, but
Yeah.
But anyway, teeth in the air, teeth and elevation do not mix. I learned the hard way on that, but it's other than that, it's just that one tooth. I just don't like dentists. I get appointments and I skip.
I can't stand them. I can't stand dentists. I just want to be put to sleep. Just put me to sleep, get it done, and wake me up when it's over. I can't stand dentist, and I also don't like going to the gynecologist. But you wouldn't know what that was like.
No. Well, some out there may say, yeah.
Well, let me just tell you, it's very barbaric. It's very barbaric. Like, I don't understand in today's day and age why another human being has to give you that kind of examination.
I'll agree with that.
And like, with today's technology and the devices like that X-ray and stuff, like, why does another human being, man or woman, need to go in and do what they do?
Are we really having this conversation, Donna? Time out. Oh my god! Wow.
It's so inappropriate that you keep pushing me out, Brandon.
Sure.
Yeah, come back here. Sit down and come back here. So, okay, so then there's that thing that they use.
The forceps, right? You never told me about the thing they use, right? The forceps.
No, stop!
Ben, Laurie, am I talking about anything that's
inappropriate?
I'm not being inappropriate. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that the C word. I'm not saying the G word. I'm just talking about that thing. Now, is that thing really necessary to do that? Like, I should be able to just pee in a cup and it should be fine.
What do we even say to this? I mean, I'm just.
You told Brandon, come back and sit down. I need to talk to you about the gynecologist.
I'm not a gynecologist, Donna. I'm not the bad guy here.
I know. I don't want you to be like offended by,
Why would I be offended?
the thing.
He's very hard to offend.
Yeah, I am. So you know how it is. Yeah.
Janine's heading over to your auction, Donatella. I'm not even over at my auction yet.
I think that was her point.
I'm still here. I'm not even over there yet.
Okay, but Donna, you don't find dentists barbaric too, though, with all the technology we have? This guy can put a pair of, I don't know what you call them.
Terrible.
Look at that thing like that.
Yes, it's
Simple needle.
awful.
You couldn't have made a needle at this point after all these years. You could have made a needle a little less scarier than that thing with your gum. I mean, I don't like that. So that's
Awful. It's terrible. That's
Yeah.
why
It's
I'm not
really
going.
not that bad.
But
it's not that bad.
There was an upside to this. We lived in Lake Hughes, California. I had a really nice house up there. It was middle of nowhere, so there's no dentist around. And this same tooth, acting up even back then. This guy, my buddy says, I got this guy.
God,
I got this guy.
Is he from Boston?
Well, this guy was a dentist, but
No, your friend that had the guy, was he from Boston?
No, this guy was just from the middle of Redneck Valley. So he says he goes, this guy doesn't have a license anymore, but he did practice. I go,
Hold on.
Okay, Laurie, tell us the truth.
This was in a place that has no police.
True.
No
No
stoplights.
No stoplights.
No stores.
Okay, Brandon's going there to have a tooth pulled.
No, it's going to go to his house.
He was going to go to the house, which they openly have goats walking around the house. The goats would come up to the equipment and lick it and stuff.
Keep in
and
mind
I'm
on it.
How sanitary is this? You're willing to go to this guy's house, have him work on your tooth, but you will not go to a nice, sanitized, clean dental office and have them do it. And this guy doesn't even have a license anymore.
He did have a license. He did. He relinquished the license. So anyway, so my buddy, you gotta picture my buddy.
He lost his license.
This guy, big kind of hillbilly, kind of a wonderful guy. And he's like, I said, so how much do I got to pay him? Give him a case of beer, 12-pack of beer. He'll do it either way. I said, apparently he still had access to lidocaine too, by the way. So I was getting ready to go there, and I think he upped the ante. He said he wanted, I swear to you, he wanted a case of beer and some prescription medication. I'll leave it at that. I said, I don't have any of that stuff. He says, then he said, I can't do it. I don't know what he wanted prescription medication from me. You're the dentist. I'm not me. I'm not the dentist. You're the dentist.
Because he can't get it anymore because he lost his license.
So yeah, he ended up not doing it, but he did have goats running around the house.
Thank God. Thank God he ended up not doing it.
We ended up meeting up with this guy at one of they have what they call a Vegas night, where everybody kind of shows up in the town. And he showed up there and he said, I'm very disappointed you didn't come by to get your tooth pulled.
If you saw what this guy was wearing.
I said, well, I'm disappointed too. You have goats running around your house. I didn't think it was very sanitary. And he really didn't say much to me after that, but
He didn't relinquish his license. He did not. He lost his license.
That's the same thing, relinquish.
Relinquish means he gave it up.
I don't know. He could have retired too. I have no idea. I didn't look it up online. That's what I was told.
I don't know what that means, relinquished.
Well, relinquish means that he says, I don't want to be a dentist anymore. I'm giving up my license.
Right. I'm giving it up. So they may have been charges being.
I thought it was fishy, Donna, given the fact that you appealed it. So I don't know why you would appeal anything that they didn't take from you. So sure, you have a very valid point there. It's a very valid point. But anyway, he still practices, though. He does right out of his house. Yeah, and he's got a big guy. You sit in a lazy boy recliner when he does it. It's like a lazy boy. And because my buddy had his teeth pulled there.
That's crazy.
No, it didn't seem crazy at the time we lived in this town. It seemed pretty normal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, nobody's ever really
Remind me if I ever come to visit you in Vegas that my teeth are all in good standing order so that I don't have to go.
No, this was in California.
Yeah.
We're good in Vegas. There's a dentist on every corner here.
Go figure that one out. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that was quite an adventure down there because there's no hospital, there was no dentist, there was no supermarkets. There was one convenience store, 2 gas pumps, literally 2 gas pumps.
At the not a convenience store. It was a little.
Well,
it was called Papa's. Papa's.
Okay, so you ever remember
when he told me we were moving here? I was like, "You're kidding, right?" I came from Boston to California to this place. There is nothing up here. You couldn't use your cell phone in town because they just didn't work. There is nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It just seemed really cool at the time. One of our very good friends, he was the mayor of the town. So
he was no. They elect the mayor. Now, mind you, there's a population of probably about 2,000.
Something like that.
And they elect the mayor.
In your town?
Not now, but where we lived before.
Okay.
So our friend was elected mayor that year. The next year, he was beat out by a 14-year-old.
That was just a fluke thing. That was a fluke thing. It
A
was.
14-year-old became the mayor after him.
And so did a dog one time too. Remember?
Yes, they elected the dog as a mayor. Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would
got
get
stories for days.
I would get woken up every single morning at like 4:45 by the chickens and the roosters next door. Okay. And they all just like fences were just falling over. So the roosters would get all over the place and run all in the street. So you'd have to wait for the rooster to get out of the road on the street so that you could drive by.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Roosters can be nasty.
Oh yeah.
They're nasty.
Yeah. Chasing stuff.
They get those dew claws in you or whatever those are, and they can really do some damage.
Never mind the mountain lions and all that stuff up there.
Oh yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
It
crazy.
was an experience. It was, but it was fun. though.
I'd say other choice words rather than experience, but that's okay. That's okay. Yep. Yeah. Well, we got to go clean out a bin.
Let's go.
And I got to go to an auction.
And I got to go edit.
This very well may be our last bin for a long time. So we'll see.
Your last what?
Storage unit for a long time. We'll see.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Storage unit?
Yeah. Different type of treasure hunt on the way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's good to I'm a true believer of reinventing yourself like every 10 years.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I am a true believer of reinventing yourself. So I'm on the same wavelength as you guys are right now. Like I really want to like switch it up and change it up. Robin knows I've got some ideas as well.
I do too.
I think you're right, Don. Like I was telling you last time, you got a lot of, and so does Robin, a lot of charisma about you guys that just works really well. Unfortunately for what we've been doing, and again, we've been doing this stuff, even before YouTube was a thing, back on TV for over 11 years now. And when I started seeing these things become like the half-hour comedy hour, it's like I got to step back, look in the mirror, and go, "Hey, look, you know what? This isn't working for me anymore. Can I be funny? Of course I can. But you know what? I mean, if we're just
we don't find it okay to dumb ourselves down to get views.
And I used to get crucified on TV for that. My producer told me, she actually done a ton of shows. She says, "Look, you can act dumb all you want. It'll work for about 3 weeks, and it'll drop really quickly." And I go, "Really?" She goes, "You want to try? Go right ahead. You'll ruin the show." And I said, "No, I took her advice on it, and she was right." And she showed me statistics that you can act really stupid and unknowing and stuff like that, and it works well for 3 or 4 weeks.
Susan, I'm starving. What are we
yeah.
having for dinner? I'm super hungry.
But Donna, believe me when I say this, is that it doesn't last. That's why none of these shows ever stay on the air for decades and decades. But
well, I think that's why my channel hasn't grown too, Brandon.
I agree with you, Donna, and I watch your videos. They're great.
My videos, like I'm not like, wow, over like, I mean, I just,
You do when you find mermaid stuff.
But Donna, that's kind of what I'm getting at is that, I mean, I can't literally pull up a piece of mail and go, "Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh
They were
my God.
a secretary." I'm not going to do that, So,
lasagna is my favorite.
no, geez, thank you, Paul Gara. I hope I said that right.
My videos are boring. I
disagree with you. No, I disagree. Your videos are great. Here's what I'm saying, Don. Your videos would be wonderful and great, say, 4 months ago because they were intuitive. They showed you what you're finding, but they don't want that anymore. It's all about entertainment now. So basically, if you want to grab 2 boxes and just kind of haw it up and basically make jokes, you'll be hit.
Excuse me.
That's kind of
all right. Everybody, let's just meet over at Susan's house for dinner because I really want lasagna now. Honey, I really want lasagna.
I know. I want to go eat before I get on my auction. You guys, I'm going over to auctions for you. And then listen, if you guys are the baby sleeping over tomorrow night?
No.
So
that was better than my drinking time.
Okay, so Laurie and Brandon are not they're not sure if they're going to do their auction tomorrow afternoon. Or, I don't know. I don't even know, like the time. What is it? 3-hour time difference?
Yeah. So ours is 2:30. Ours is normally 2:30 East Pacific Standard Time.
So what is that time? My time?
5:30.
5:30 your time.
Okay, so I go on at 3, and I usually stay on T's channel I usually stay on for like an hour and a half or so. So then Laurie and Brandon will maybe go on tomorrow. They got the babies, so they may not. But I go on tomorrow night, late night. So after the babies leave,
I'll be there.
after I do my auction, because I do my auctions, then we stay on Sunday night, late night, and we have a really good time.
It's a good idea. It's a good
I'll
idea.
be there.
It's a great idea.
Come on.
Seriously.
You know, I mean, you might want to go on your own channel. It's fine. But if you guys want to
Nah.
tomorrow night and come hang out with us and
Absolutely.
I like yours better.
yeah,
Bring your friends.
keep that
Bring
in
your
mind,
friends.
you know, after you've okay. Robin, thank
Yes.
you. I forgot your name for a minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're so quiet sitting there.
Yeah.
You're not throwing me out
No.
saying that. I love you, Robin. You
Yeah,
know I do.
definitely.
Okay, and you guys, it's always a pleasure, Laurie and Brandon. Thank you
Yes.
so much for
Thank you both so much.
Thank
We
you,
had so
Robin.
much fun. Now
yeah,
we're going back to work. That was a nice little rest for me for 2.5 hours. That was really
right.
awesome.
Good for you. Don't work
Get
too
to-
hard. Rest that back. Rest the back.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Robin. We appreciate you having us on. We had a blast. You
Yes.
were awesome. You're
Yeah,
amazing.
back in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What do we?